in the courtroom. The biggest thing is, y'all, Diddy tried to ban Cassie's husband from the courtroom.
Justice now, we don't need the meeting. Justice now.
Welcome back to the Dirty Police channel, people. The Diddy trial is on and popping, and a lot of disgraceful things, shameful things are being borne out in the courtroom. And I tell you, word is that Diddy is shaking in his boots. The man is gray from top to bottom. So now we see that, maybe he was gray all along. What were you using? What is Rick Ross using? But some say it's black for men or men for black. What's the name of it? But anyway, Tissa tells she went to the courtroom, and this is ball by ball commentary. So I'm gonna play a few clips, and y'all need to watch it. Oh, and Tisha, them eyes suits you fine, girl. And I see you dressed down. I see you. I see you all in black. Black fits you, girl. Do your thing. You know what I mean? But she works overnight on this case. Like, I don't think she get no sleep. I don't know how she do it, but man, it's rough. It's rough. And Cassie, she took the stand today, and she wasn't holding anything back. And get this, Diddy did everything in his power to try to not make Cassie's husband testify. And they brought out all kind of texts, and you know what? Let's jump right into it.
In the courtroom. The biggest thing is, y'all, Diddy tried to ban Cassie's husband from the courtroom. I repeat, he tried to get Cassie's husband banned from the courtroom while she was testifying. Now listen, they discussed so much. I had the jury makeup. I'm live in trial, but I'm telling you guys the stuff that CNN, TMZ, and all these people can't tell you. Probably because I got out the courtroom first. So what actually happened? Y'all, it was actually really incredible. It's raining too, so I have my umbrella. It's actually really incredible, okay? So they ended with Philip. He was Cassie's friend, that slash freak out person, and he ended his testimony. Now, it was really, really good because they had Xavier actually cross-examine him. That's the other, there's only 2 black lawyers on Diddy's team. This was a man. He was actually really, really good. He knows procedure, and he's really, really good with objections, okay? So he came in, and he like literally was going in on Philip, saying, didn't you say you were jealous? Didn't you say you were in love with Cassie? Didn't you say Diddy never directed y'all? And he was like, the guy was like, incorrect. And he was like, let me direct your attention. And he brought up an interview he had did with the federal prosecutors in December 2023, and also May of 2024 and October 2024. I said, oh my God, did they just get this man on perjury? But get this, Philip, that's the witness, baby, he had was large. And, oh, I want to see the fit check. I'm still in my Hillary big stuff, but you know, it's raining in New York. So anyway, Philip, I'm going to get to how Diddy tried to get Cassie's husband banned. It was such a tense standoff, okay? So Philip was like, I never said that. I don't remember saying that. And he was like, oh, you didn't? Let me refresh your memory. And he showed him like his old, I guess, statements he had made to the feds. So it looked like, oh my God. And I kept wondering, why isn't the prosecution going in being like, Your Honor, we object. Your Honor, we object. This didn't happen. But anyway, prosecution just let that slide. So after Xavier was done hammering Philip on the witness stand, they said, Your Honor, can we redirect? And he said, go ahead. They started redirecting, and they were like, did you read these statements that you gave the feds? And he was like, no, I didn't. They said, did anybody give it to you to review? He said, no, I didn't. Why is that important? Because whenever somebody gives you, you make statements and they're going to use it in court, they should always let you review the statements, because you could say like, yo, I wasn't really that hungry, and then they write down, oh, he had already eaten. You need to review the statements so you can be like, no, I didn't eat, but I also wasn't hungry. It needs to be exact. He said he never. How was that? Oh,
I mean, I text you all the time. This is Roger, Prince.
Oh, hi, how are you? How are you? Good to see you too. Sorry, I'm on live, Roger, but it was good to see you. Okay. S'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup. So then, right. So anyway, we were like, okay, so sorry guys. So anyway, the prosecution got back up and they're like, did you read it? And he was like, no, I did not, ma'am. And he was like, did he direct you? Absolutely. How did he direct you? He would tell Cassie, give me sloppy toppy. He would tell us how to rub baby oil on each other. It was really, really embarrassing for Diddy's team because, again, Philip, just like the head of security, super strong witness. Super strong witness. Okay, I'm going to go in more detail on live later on tonight, but I want to get to the Diddy stuff before I have to go back in. Okay, so what else happened, okay? Diddy being, something wrong with that man, right? He literally stood up in court, right? He stood up in court. Hey, Allie, welcome to the Tattletales family. Thank you for becoming a member. I'll take questions in a second. I've had time. I'm just trying to get this out before I have to go back into court, okay? We are live from the courthouse. I kind of wanted this, but it's raining, so whatever. Hi, sir. All right. So, we were like, listen. Deborah said, girl, we know you have a 5-second attention span. They cannot interrupt you. You're right. I was about to ask like.
What did I tell you? Tish's eyes looks beautiful. Okay, but you heard what she said, and I tell you, I ain't gonna lie. I would like to be in P.D.DDY's shoes right now. You know what I mean? And how I look at it is, why did Diddy go to trial? He has the receipts on a whole lot of celebrities. So I'm gonna tell you the big loophole. He doesn't want to be freed and be labeled a snitch. That would be the end of him. You know what I mean? Might as well he just stayed in prison. So that's not an option. And his brand would be tainted. Although it is, but trust me, it can get worse. So this is my hypothesis. He has to take it to trial. Secondly, he knows he can't spill no beans on no names. Well, yet. Why I say yet? Could be one of two things. Remember that guy Epstein? What happened to him in jail? Okay, so you think that can't reach Diddy? If they got to Epstein, who was white and way richer than Diddy, had way more plugs than Diddy, way more esteem than Diddy, and they got to him, what you think they'll do to Diddy? You know what I mean? And Diddy went up against the powerful alcoholic brands, man, and trust me, cost them $22 billion because Diddy drew the race card. And they said, okay, look, we gonna let you roast very slowly like a pig. And they have all kind of dirt on Diddy, and they just press one button and let him know, look, you was never in control, bro. You know what I mean? You was up because we put you on. You go against the grain, you go against the king, you better be ready to take the crown off his dead head. Okay? Now, the next way I look at it is Diddy goes to trial. He gets freed. One of the two things. He gets freed or he gets convicted. If he gets convicted, now he's a man with his back against the wall, a cornered cat. So he gonna tell his lawyers, get in touch with the feds, because he has something to say. You know what I mean? And I can bet the amount of evidence Diddy has buried. Remember, he told his son, get rid of the pizza boxes. Yeah, the pizza boxes. The leftovers, get rid of the leftovers. That's the evidence. So I think he's using that as a leverage bargaining chips if he gets convicted. You know what I mean? You know you're going to have to sit down. But my thing is, why not just do it now? You know what I mean? And just take your losses. Because I know you got some money stashed. You're going to have lawsuits coming out the a-hole. But still, you'll be free. You can go any country in the world. You ain't got to live in America and live off your fat. Because regardless, people going to still stream Diddy's music. They might not buy Sean John, but they're going to still stream his music. Going to still stream Bad Boy music. You know what I mean? Shine, you know, Biggie, knows about this place. All of them, Mary J. Blige. They're going to still, so you're going to still eat. You know what I mean? Okay.
What are they serving in the cafeteria? What's going on? Okay, so where were we? Oh, yeah, that's right, talking trash. So anyway, let me get my notebook out because I took notes on this. Actually, I don't need my notebook. I'm going to give y'all my memory. I'll go into notes later on. So all of a sudden, they said, okay, so Cassie's the next person to take the stand. Now, we heard this because the attorneys had a sidebar, right? I could hear them talking. Cassie was about to take the stand. And at the last minute, Diddy's trifling team was like, honestly, Your Honor, Tinny Garrigo stood up. Your Honor, honestly, I really don't know. No, they said, we want to invoke, it was rule, I don't know, let's just say it's rule 16. I forget the name of the rule. But they were like, yo, we want to invoke the rule. And when I heard that, I was like, yo, that's the rule about like whenever there is testimony, you can actually exclude people from court from watching it. And they were like, he was like, what's the basis? They literally said that Alex Fine, they have a bunch of text messages that Alex Fine had sent Diddy back in 2018, basically saying, you MFer, I'm going to F you up if I ever catch you on the street. That's your ASS. He literally was cursing Diddy out. Hey, what's up, Slowrilla? Oh, thank you. You said, love the commentary and personality. Thank you, Slowrilla. Anyway, they said they had text messages from Alex back in 2018 talking about something, oh, I'm going to F you up. I'm going to do this. I better never catch you outside. How about that? And I said, I mean, that's fair enough. He did rescue his wife from being sex trafficked and helped her get sober, held her down. And I'm sure she'd been crying in his man's arms every night about the way Diddy actually treated her, right? So anyway, they said they had messages from Alex back in 2018 saying, MFer, I will break your face open. I will murk you. Like, Alex was on a roll. He was in the trial also. And while Cassie was testifying, we'll get to that, okay? So he was like saying that. And they were like, because of that, he threatened the client's life. And we don't think that he should be in the courtroom. And then they had the nerve to say, they were talking to the judge, right? And this is why y'all gotta tune in live while I'm in the courtroom, because half of the court reporters had already left. I was just being nosy, listening to the sidebar, okay? So they were like, and Diddy just doesn't feel comfortable with Alex in here because he's previously threatened his life. And I said, no, he didn't. Then they went on to say, besides, she already has a support system. She has her family and her brother's here, and he's fine to be here. But Alex, no, we're gonna have to ask him to leave. And I said, listen, one thing that's being established in this trial is Diddy is diabolical. Diddy is maniacal in his need for control. So for instance, when Philip, that's who testimony in today, Cassie's, but they were friends too. They had a relationship. When I say relationship, maybe not, they not romantic, but he definitely cared about her, right? He got up to leave, and this boy is like swole, like he looked like The Rock walking by. Again, dark skin. They said Diddy liked to see those white fingernails wrapped around that BBC, right? So anyway, when he did that and he got off the witness stand and was walking out, Diddy for no reason stood up and just looked at him as he went out. Boy, you are in federal detention. What are you running? Who are you running? I don't know what lullabies those roaches and rats are whispering in your ear, but you need to stop. It was actually really, really ridiculous. So anyway, I gotta go in a second, but let me finish the story. So anyway, the prosecution jumped up and was like, no. First of all, when we talk to her, we're talking about things prior to 2018 to which Alex wasn't a part of. So how can you invoke this rule? On top of that, basically, I'm paraphrasing, who are you to tell her who her support system can be? And it's sick to me that Diddy's such a control freak that he wanted to try to get Alex out of there. So when Cassie waddled in, she looked absolutely gorgeous. She was wearing a long, a maxi turtleneck dress. She's the prettiest pregnant woman. I mean, all pregnant women are beautiful. I love seeing pregnant women, but she looked really, really gorgeous, right? Also, don't listen to anybody talking about Diddy looks gaunt. Diddy looks better now than he ever did with Young Miami. He looks like he's been getting sleep, because when he was in Young Miami, he just looked like he was on no-dose, and that Tucci had him up doing the Harlem Shake at like 8 in the morning. And he hadn't been to bed since Hannah had puppies 3 days ago. Anyway, the prosecution was like, no, like, why can't her husband be here? Like, are you serious? And they're like, my client. Anyway, get this. The judge was like, well, because the defendant can actually exclude people from court. And it's crazy to me that Diddy literally tried to exclude Alex from court. Okay. So all that happened, right? And so all that happened. And then what happened after that? So anyway, the judge was like, well, it's their call. So then get Mark Agnifilio, he saw me today and went, he gave me like a little screw face, a professional screw face, but I guess he heard the fact that I said his new haircut makes him look like Chicken Little, right? So anyway, Mark Agnifilio, Anna, they all like convened and they were all talking. And then they were like, you know what? And I said, yo, it's all about power and control. They were like, you know what? he can stay for now, but when it comes to anything about 2018, then he's gonna have to leave. And Diddy sat there just looking smug. And I said, this man just won't leave Cassie alone. Anyway, Alex was there while Cassie was testifying, and he was turning red with like rage, emotion, not tears. Rage, emotion. He looked, but I can understand, right? The woman you love, the mother of your children, while she is carrying your child, is recounting how this monster literally actually did you in. All right, Cassie's brother was there. Cassie's brother, handsome, just like Cassie's beautiful. So you know the weirdest thing is, let me tell you something. Anything the Combs do is all fanfare. Remember yesterday it was like, oh my God, Diddy's daughters left the trial 2 times. Left the trial 2 times while the sex worker was testifying. And I said, okay, maybe. But then you actually got Cassie up there, and they're showing the video, and she's testifying to the way, and they was all sitting there. One of the twins was trying to look over so they could all look Cassie in her face. They were all sitting there looking Cassie in her face. And I'm like, so you got to leave about the sex workers, but hearing your dad drop kick someone and seeing the person pregnant, you're fine with that? And it just made me look at that family and be like, yo, what do you guys really value? I will also say this. When I was sitting there and Cassie was, and people were talking, and even the sex worker, when he was talking about the violence he saw and the way it shattered him, I was like, yo, hold on, y'all. I was like, no, I thought somebody sent me a super chat, but I see y'all don't care about me. Anyway, let's move on, right? But, so I was sitting there and I was like, yo, I wonder what it's like to be ex, because while it was happening, they were talking about the violence. Misa was sitting there stone face. Sarah Chapman was sitting there stone face. Dana Tran was sitting there stone face. The kids were like trying to look Cassie in her face. I guess, I don't know why would you want that, but they weren't leaving. That's how you know them leaving yesterday, I think, was all cap, because you were here for this, right? And your delicate ears could hear this. But it made me wonder, like, what do those women feel? Because if somebody was describing my dad or my brother doing that, I would have been, y'all already know it, I would have been dramatic. Like, oh, Susan Connor, thank you so much for the super chat. And Glennis Bolton, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Shout out to Glennis Bolton and Susan Connor. Appreciate y'all. And a lot of Mouth TV, thank you so much. I love you too, mama. Thank you. But it really got me thinking, like, oh, Ravens Riot. Thank you so much. You said the whole family's sociopaths. Thank you, sociopaths. Listen, I don't know if the kids are sociopaths, but I know they were raising, it seems like, to me, in my opinion, a dysfunctional thing. Leslie Murray said, love you. Thanks for the updates. Oh, thank you so much. So I'm just like, yo, because if somebody had my dad up on trial and they were like, yeah, my dad did this, he ordered, I would have been like, what? I know you lying. You would have saw my face going off every 2 seconds. Nicola, thank you so much for the super chat. And Dewan Price, thank you for gifting a membership. Joe Davison, thank you for the super chat. Mixed Chick, thank you. You said live Diddy coverage. Hit the like. Great job. Thank you. Melanie Walker, you said great work. Thank you. And Michelle M, thank you so much. Also, Ashley B, girl, you welcome. So listen, hurry up. Let me finish this story real quick. I mean, y'all can keep sending the super chats, but let me finish the story because I got to get back in court. Said Tisa, keep up the awesome reporting. Thank you. Okay, so. And Minnie Moons, thank you so much. And also Valerie Watkins. And also Queso Burrito, thank you so much for the super chat. And, oh, hold on, I don't want to miss anything. Also, S. Williams, you said make sure you go across to Chinatown for lunch. I already got my dim sum place. You know I'm going to be there. Tatiana Antonio, thank you so much for the super chat. You said thank you, Tisa. Love you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Queen B. Moore said we appreciate you, Tisa. Hit the like. Okay, so I sat down and I thought, yo, what do these women feel? Because y'all hearing about all this crazy violence and y'all are sitting there stone faced and don't care. You're not shocked. You're not appalled. You're just sitting there. And I said, I wonder what these girls feel. Do they feel like Cassie's putting 20 on 10 because rumor is they've been through some stuff very similar? I don't know about the freak offs. Thank you, Amber Diaz. I appreciate it. I don't know about the freak offs, but you know what I'm saying. And then, TJ said, I'm only tuning into the trial because of you, watching you do your thing. Thank you. Golden Touch is me. Thank you so much, Golden Touch. Jessica, you said, keep it up, girl. You keeping us, who can't be there and far. Much love. You welcome. And Trisha said, love this. Also, please keep telling us about everyone. Oh, what's up, Culinary Air? Girl, I got to text you. Culinary Air said, we love you. So proud of you in the rain and all. Showing you some love. Oh, thank you, Mama. I'm going to text you. Thank you. Hey, Shelly Mannon, welcome to the Tattletales family. But I really started to think, what do these women feel? Do they feel like, oh, so what she put in 20 on 10? Do they feel anger? Do they feel jealousy that Cassie had the BALS to literally hold them accountable when they're still sitting there until the money runs out? You know what I'm saying? Tamara Allen, you said rockin' since 20K subs, prop follower. Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate you so much. And ain't nothing changed, even the camera quality. J Essentials Health and Beauty Body Wellness. Thank you so much. You said keep it doing the great job. Stop. Demita Halderberg, thank you so much for joining the family. And Scorpio Brown Sugar 07. I know you a lot to whoever bed you're in. Scorpio Brown Sugar. $4.99. Thank you so much for that super chat. But anyway, you guys, listen, I got to get out of here. I got to get back in the court. I don't want to miss a thing. I'm going to be going live directly after the court on the steps. I'm even going to try to sneak out in between testimony and give y'all some more updates because I got so much tea. I have a whole notebook of stuff. Kelly L., thank you so much for the membership. And Jewel Thurton, love you too, mama. Sonia Martinez, thank you so much for the super chat. And life is like a box of chocolates. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate y'all so much. Anyway, y'all. Oh, Sherry Slum, thank you for the super chat. Anyway, you guys, let me get back in the court before they lock me out of the courtroom. Cassie is testifying. It's going to get juicy because now she's about to get into the freak-offs. But yeah, that was the drama from today, and I have more details. Expect a lot of updates. And even if you hear something from the news, I'm going to be posting videos about what the news is reporting and then put my spin about what actually happened because the news, I'm telling y'all, is leaving so much out. And you know I stay next to the prosecutor and the defense team, just be like, what'd y'all say? Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to y'all soon. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye-bye. What are they serving in the cafeteria?
Okay, welcome back, guys.
Okay, so
remember, please leave a like,
yeah, that's right,
and a comment, and a share.
So anyway, let me get my notebook out because I took notes on this.
Tell her
Actually, I don't need my notebook. I'm going to get out my memory.
We're going to be in touch, man,
so
and
all
I'm
of
going
a
to be dropping
sudden,
videos
they
daily
said,
to keep
okay,
you
so Cassie's the
updated,
next person to
man.
take the stand. Now, we heard this because the attorneys had a sidebar, right? I could hear them talking. Cassie was about to take the stand.
Check out
and at the last minute,
this
trifling team was like, honestly, Your Honor, Timmy Garrigle stood up.